Okay, I think we're ready to start. Thank you very much for your patience, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and the real estate community as a whole. Thank you so much for joining us today. Very good morning. I hope you're feeling energized like I am. On behalf of FIABCI, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the first day of our conference program here at the brand new FIABCI Pavilion. If you remember, if you joined us in previous editions, we were on the 4th floor, but I think you can agree that this location is also amazing. Look at that view. For those of you, thank you very much for the lady who applauded. So for those of you who are new to FIABCI, please allow me to give you a little bit of a context about what we are and what we do. A little context. Otherwise, I would be speaking the whole day because there's just so much to say about our mission and our values. So we are a business networking organization for all professionals associated to real estate. So literally everyone that works in real estate, architects, property managers, investors, you name it, can become a member of our organization. We are present in more than 83 countries and represented through 50 national and multinational chapters. It is indeed a pleasure to see so many familiar faces and new ones. Thank you always for your support. And speaking of support, I could not fail to mention the support of our global partners and our event partners. I would like to mention our event partners that are in presence this year with us. Platinum Partner Ambassadori Island Batumi from Georgia. Give them a round of applause, everyone. Signature partners, Eye of Riyadh and Electa. Thank you very much. Our conference partner, Invest in Lviv. And just a side note on this, we will host for the first time ever the conference Lviv Invest Days tomorrow, so don't miss that. Carrying on with our Reiki partners, and I will need to look into this because we have so many partners this year. Immobiliare Insights from Italy. CRCCD Studio Legale. The Italian Institute of Property Valuation, Universal Opportunities Stellar MLS, Andalusia Group, Il Punto Corfac International, Voice of Space, Mangini, and Baker Tilly, Italy. And we also have an advertising partner this year, which is Foxworth Realty, who's been with us for many years now. So give them a round of applause as well. So following our protocol and its tradition, I would like to now invite the FIABCI World President on the stage to say a few words.
No written discussion, no written paper. Just I want to tell you that today we're starting a journey of MIPIM. I start to be MIPIM 23 years ago, so not long as Susan, but I cannot do more. And I'm thrilled to say that this is one of the best FIABCI present ever. We invested a lot to give you a visibility. FIABCI give you visibility. FIABCI is a platform. FIABCI does not wanted to provide you anything that make your business growing. So please networking, connect, make deal, business, report, say what happened, say how much money you did. We are happy. Fantastic. If you tell me that you make a huge amount of money, for me is great. And that is also something that helps others to understand that networking is very important. I started 25 years ago here with the Chamber of Commerce of Milan. And I tell you what are the benefits of being an international platform. None of the platform is global as FIABCI. You can be very connected. Many of the country has connection around, but when your friends, business partner, colleagues, principal member, chapters are local based. You can go in Panama, in East Asia, in Europe, in US, and you find not only friends, but very strong professionals. In 2-3 days, you met, connect with the best cream of the real estate like industry. That is unique. There is no one other possibility. Just a few seconds more. Usually Italians, we need to find another Italians abroad. So we like pasta, we go around. My family moved in New York in the 78. And I tell you, the best way is connected with local people. Because basically you can, there is no, and you understand that, because basically when you move outside your countries, you need to connect with local people. And I tell you from the Italian perspective that usually always try to find a connection. The son of my uncle is there, is good. But find also people that are friends to you, make you enter in the networking that they made for years. FIABCI is all of this. So join FIABCI, join the networking, and not be passive. We need you to be active. I need you to be proactive. Don't just waiting. If you wait in your office, it will never happen anything. Move, write, make paper, stand in front of everything. Make visible what you do and be proud of your business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'll get that for you. Thank you. So I would now like to call on stage our FIABCI Secretary General, Nare Karaklian, to say a few words as well.
Thank you so much, Maria. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I join Antonio to say how I'm delighted to be here, and most importantly, how I'm delighted to see all of you with us at FIABCI Pavilion. Thank you for coming and helping us to make this MIPIM another successful edition. I think I have a couple of announcements to make. So I'll try to go fast and quick, but also give you a comprehensive information about what we are doing, what's coming next. The most important initiative that Antonio launched a couple of weeks ago is that we are going back to New York for our political engagement with United Nations, and we are hosting a spring symposium at UN headquarters. We'll have our board meeting on 22nd of April, and the next day we'll have full sessions at UN headquarters with a launch visit of UN headquarters and political sessions with our principal members, associations who will come to report on their perspective from different parts of the world regarding sustainable development goals, the new urban agenda, and we want to make sure that our associations can voice their recommendations and their suggestions to United Nations. We'll have also installation of FIABCI USA leadership on the same day in the second part of the session. And at the end, there will be a lovely dinner also hosted by US chapter. And the following day, we'll be visiting, we'll have social and study tours visiting, I think, Astoria. Waldorf Astoria, a wonderful project in New York. I think you will be all thrilled to see a successful transformation of this project. So it's a very limited access for our members, and we really welcome you to be part of it actively and be involved in this event. Next one of our major value propositions, the FIABCI Certified Global Real Estate Program. It's a new designation program that we launched 2 years ago, and we had first cohort last year successfully in cooperation with IFRIAD and Oxford University, and also Harley Dickinson. So you see some of our participants of the first cohort, including a certificate ceremony at Oxford, which was exclusive for our members. We are now currently running the second cohort, and the next week I think we will be finishing. I see Susan is participating also. at this second cohort. Next week, we are finishing that part. We'll proceed with Module 2, Module 3, Module 4, and very shortly we'll announce the next cohort, which most probably will be held in October. So again, take part of it. We are very happy that comparing to the first edition, we had already 50% increase of participants. So take advantage of this very high-level, exclusive and executive program to enhance your knowledge and your skills. I think we have a technical issue with the video, but it's I need to move forward. The next point is about leadership workshop and team building. You know that we are going to host our 76th World Real Estate Congress in June in Vienna, 8th to 12th June. And we will celebrate our 75th anniversary of our organization during this Congress. But there is a special session that we set up for the FIABCI officials, members of the international board committees, but also the leaders of our chapters and members of their board to come on the 7th of June in Vienna. We will have a leadership workshop and team building session called Let's Waltz. You can imagine what we are going to do. So there will be a lovely discussion about FIABCI and our leadership, but also we are going to dance with very professional instructors. And those who will be successful, I think they will be participating at the farewell dinner where we'll celebrate the 75th anniversary. So don't miss. And this is absolutely free of charge for our officers, international officers and local officers to participate. And the last announcement, I think it's about the renewal of some of our global partners. We are really very thrilled to have IF Riyadh, Daikin, Mateni and Associates, GFC Elevators, and Chipucha, who have just been renewed with the decision of our board of directors. We are really very delighted to have them with us. Their support is very important, as whatever we are doing here at MIPIM and also outside of MIPIM is with their support, financial support, and we look forward also to explore more opportunities and explore new avenues with more corporate organizations who would like to stand next to FIABCI and support what FIABCI is doing globally. Thank you so much. Enjoy MIPIM, and we'll be here to accompany you and make sure that you are having a successful MIPIM here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Narek. The time has come to kick off our conference program. Are we ready? I hope so, because we are starting in a very dynamic way. With a set of Pechakucha style presentations. If you haven't heard about this format, it's a very fast 6-minute, 20 seconds per slide format. And we will invite a few of our Reiki partners to present their companies' organizations. We have 4 of them ready. So we have Universal Opportunity Stellar MLS, Electa, Mangini, and Immobiliare Insights. We will start with Greta Sorzato from Immobiliare. Greta, if you can come on stage. I'll just get a microphone for you. And I just want to confirm with my colleague Karen that we're all set for the timer. I'm sorry, we're not going to give any allowances. Okay. Every 20 seconds we'll change a slide, and you have only 6 minutes. Okay. That's fine. No, but you got this. Don't worry. Yeah. You're going to do a great job. Trust you.
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm Greta Sorzato and I'm part of the Immobiliare d'Oreti Insights Society. So we're talking about making Italy investable. We know that Italian real estate is a very big market around Europe, but we know that data is not always retrievable and available. And is basically our mission. We will try, and we are trying to get strategic insights and make them available. We're talking about hidden real estate intelligence for exactly what I just said. So Italy is a very fragmented market, but we have the chance to showcase you all the KPIs that we make every day and update every day with offer, transactions, and demand data, especially searches. For those who doesn't know us, Immobiliare.it Group is the leading portal in the Mediterranean area. We cover all the countries that you're seeing right now with different portals. And this gives us a unique perspective on the market in terms, of course, on analytics on the analytics listing point. These are some big numbers. As you can see, we collected more than 1 billion data in terms of searches and contacts, along with energy certificates, and we segmented the market in 28,000 zones all around the country, giving us the chance to analyze the market in macro areas. We of course have real transaction, and we're going to showcase you all these data right after this slide. Investing without microdata is guessing. What does this mean? It means that we have street-by-street dynamics. The market can change enormously just considering one area instead of the other. And by confronting all this data point, we really deep dive into all the analytics and see how the market is changing and faster every day. And this is exactly the street-by-street dynamics. So we managed to understand price per square meter, demand data, time on market and time to sell, and really can see the dynamics and trends getting up and down in every single city of the Italian country. Another great asset that we have is speed. We monitor time on market, time to sell, and we know as the dynamic changes, we need to take decision very fast. And this can only be done with data and by analyzing them day by day. So as you can see right now, this is what we did. We created a platform, which is called Insights Enterprise, in which we collected all this information for the Italian and the Greek market, considering the transaction data, demand data, and offer data for the actual period and historical times. This makes us help asset managers, property valuers, ESG managers, just in one single platform. So this gives you access to an incredible set of data that are easily readable and can be, analyzed, confronting different markets and different time periods. And that's why we try to cover all the real estate life cycle assets. So from scouting properties to pricing strategies to the management of risk portfolio. So we try to cover this all with a single platform. This is the main service that we have. This is called Market Explorer. It covers all the Italian market and all the Greek market. And as you can see, our biggest data source is demand. So we have the chance to understand whether an area is more searched than others, how many contacts that we have. So the real interest with more than 1 billion data. So this is the entire history of data that we have. We manage more than 10 million searches every month. We clean them, of course, and then we just select the ones that have a great conversion rate, considering both researches and the single contacts that agency have from the people that visit our portal. Another great set of information that we have is ESG, because a lot of agencies are obliged to put this data on the assets that we have. We also retrieve this information from the official websites, and we can see the diversity in the market, because not in every place higher and greater values in terms of green assets have a higher price or lower time to sell. And that is why we try to collect all this information, providing also some real assets, PDFs and all the documentation that is created in just a matter of minutes, and in which you can see specifically for every single area that you want, an extremely detailed report with forecast data, listing by surface and area and price, historical trends, and ESG data. We know that having a lot of data doesn't always mean being able to read them. That's why we tried also to simplify the reading of these. So we try to turn all the complexity into different scores, as you can see right now. And this allows us to give a rating to every area that we're looking for and see if there is interest or not. But at the same time, we give also granularity. So we have more than 12 million properties in our database. We, sign them all, as you can see right now, and we have a set of information for each single asset that was once uploaded into the Immobiliare.it platform. And this also goes to transactions. We have more than 4 million transactions across all the country. We cover more than 70% of the total of the deeds year by year. And we also enrich them so that we confront the real market with the offer market and see how it is changing, the discounts, and so many more information that we add to the database. We also give possibility to completely customize the geographies, because we know that markets such as the residential one, commercial, act in different ways. And we give the possibility to our users to really have the chance to navigate completely freely to the platform and create customized statistics over the areas that users are interested to. And we do this not only with the properties in general, but also with own portfolios. So we give the possibility to upload own assets and manage them over time. See if there were price reductions in the portfolio, how did it change in terms of context, and the richness through the public. So this was the end. It was pretty quicker than I thought. If you want to have a chat, we're hosted by FIABCI Pavilion, so please feel free to get in touch with me, with Luke, and we'll be very happy to show you our platform.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Greta. Please return to your seat. I'll ask you a question at the end of all sessions. I will keep it because I will announce the next speaker. And it's very easy to find Immobiliare Insights, because I don't know if you had the chance to scout our whole pavilion, but they have this huge teddy, is it a teddy bear or something like this? Fantastic. Very easy to spot. So our next speaker is Mary Jo Cohen. She's the Chief Vision Officer of Stellar MLS and Executive Vice President of UCEO. If I'm not mistaken, these are very recent, you recently changed positions, so congratulations are in order. I will let you do your thing. This is your microphone. Please join me on stage. And Karen, are you ready with the timer? Yes. Okay.
Alrighty. Okay. Good morning. I'm Mary Jo Cowan, Executive Vice President of Universal Consulting Opportunities. We work with markets, worldwide to create reliable MLS framework, because a scalable real estate ecosystem starts with a trustworthy infrastructure that is transparent, that is connected, and built to last. Because real estate looks like buildings, but it's really based on data. Behind every development, every valuation, every transaction is a marketplace. And that marketplace determines how clearly risk and opportunity are seen. Come on. Oh dear. Okay, it's gonna get away from me for sure now. Oh my gosh, oh, there we go. Those marketplaces don't always connect. Data sits in silos. Duplicate listings create distorted inventory, inconsistent standards, transparency is uneven, cooperation is optional. Fragmentation doesn't stop, but instead it limits scale. Strong market, okay. Sorry. My slides are not working. I apologize. Strong markets are not an accident. They are designed. They work through shared standards that define what information, how it's entered, how it's verified, and how it moves. That is the kind of structure that changes behavior. The multiple listing service is not just a system, it's an ecosystem. Every part has to work together. And that only happens when participation follows shared standards, when collaboration strengthens, when information flows, when friction stops. And when systems align, that ecosystem works seamlessly. At Universal Consulting Opportunities, we help markets formalize scalable MLS solutions. Solutions that require adoption, not just installation, because the MLS is more than a platform. It builds trust, transparency, and collaboration into the marketplace itself. The MLS establishes a common language and participation under shared rules with clear standards, a shared expectation of accuracy, because the structure only works when it's adopted, when expectations are shared, and then markets can move forward with resilience. When data is standardized and verified, it becomes dependable. Dependable data builds confidence, strengthens planning, improves decisions. Transparent marketplaces attract participation. When information is visible, when it's trusted, markets become accessible and more investable. In fragmented markets, professionals guard information. Duplicate information replaces collaboration. Trust becomes individual, not institutional. In governed markets, clarity drives action. Clarity drives action. That is the piece that's so important. And that action builds momentum. And real estate becomes increasingly global. Connectivity really matters. Comparable data makes markets understandable. Across international markets, we see the same pattern, though. Activity without alignment, and that limits the scale. When information is structured and transparent, markets become legible. Performance can be seen. Risks can be understood. And what can be understood can be evaluated. And markets operating with an MLS are easier to assess. Risk becomes measurable. Speculation declines. Strategy improves. And decisions are supported by transparent and accurate data that you can count on. This is a turning point. Markets that move from fragmented networks to reliable, connected systems, from relationships based on information only to standardized infrastructure, changes how the entire marketplace performs. And that's where maturity begins. Not with more projects, but with better information. And when the foundation is reliable, everything built on top performs differently. When governance and data align, uncertainty narrows. Performance stabilizes, and markets shift from reactive to strategic, all behind the information that is there to use. And that shift, that shared information, that shared collaboration is what causes maturity in the market. Markets do, though, today remain fragmented, and those markets struggle to attract long-term participation, not because they lack potential, but because they lack connection. When systems connect, markets illuminate. When accurate information is shared through the multiple listing service, professionals can operate with clarity. Institutions assess the marketplace with confidence. Communities gain stability, and everyone benefits. At UCO, we know the power of the MLS. The power to turn fragmented information into shared infrastructure, to replace uncertainty with transparency, to create markets that are measurable, connected, and stable. Everywhere in the world, this can be done. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Mary Jo. My ad, everyone is respecting the time. I'm very proud. So our next speaker is Mirko Frigerio. He's the CEO of Electa. Just a side note, this session will be delivered in Italian, so we have the honor to have with us an interpreter to help everyone in the audience grasp the presentation that Mirko will do. So for this particular reason, we will skip the 20-second, we will not be so restrictive with the 20-second slide because there'll be a delay, but well, we'll keep the 6 minutes. We will try our best to keep the 6 minutes.
Thank you very much. Grazie.
Thank you very much.
Mi ha fatto molto piacere. l'introduzione
It was a
fatta dalla
pleasure for me
dottoressa
to listen to the introduction
e
that
fatta
the lady
dalla
has
collega
done,
Greta
and
prima,
also what the colleague Greta has said before,
perché Electa
because
è
Electa
l'evoluzione del dato.
is the evolution of data.
Data intelligence e human intelligence, cioè la capacità
Data
nostra
intelligence and human
di
intelligence,
informazione,
that is to say, the human ability to collect
sarà il
information,
futuro del real estate
will be the
decision
future
making.
of the real estate decision-making process.
Come trasformare i dati
That is to say, how
in
to
decisioni.
transform data into decisions.
Il dato viene
Data
spesso confuso
is
come
often
la
confused
soluzione.
as if it were the solution.
Mi chiamo Mirko Frigerio, arrivo dal mondo dei
I'm
non-performing loans.
Mirko
27 anni in
Frigerio,
Italia.
and I've worked for 27 years in Italy in the NPL world.
Mi occupo di NPL, oggi ricopro il ruolo di direttore
I
e
deal
strategic
with
advisor di
NPL.
Electa,
Today, I am the strategic advisor of Electa,
che ha imparato dal mondo degli NPL
and
come
thanks to
trovare la
the
cura
NPL world,
prima che
I
l'NPL
was
diventi un
able to
prodotto
find
invendibile.
the way to save NPL before NPL becomes something that can no longer be sold.
Siamo nel mondo dei dati, avete visto che
We
i
are in
dati ormai
the
sono semplicemente
data
reperibili.
age. Data now are easily available, but the difficulty lies in the ability to read and to interpret them.
E analizzare è il reale problema.
And analyzing data is the true problem. We have millions of information available,
E siamo convinti che i dati
and we
da
are
soli
convinced
decidano.
that data alone can decide.
Il dato
In reality,
aiuta
data
le
help
persone a
people
decidere
to
sulla base della
decide
strategia più logica.
on the basis of the most logical strategy.
La parte umana,
The human
la parte
side,
evolutiva,
the
trasformerà
evolutionary side will
non solo
transform not
dato
only
in qualcosa di
data in something
univoco,
more univoc,
ma la possibilità di
but
interpretare
this will
questo
give
dato
the
grazie
opportunity
alla capacità
to
di analisi
interpret
umana.
the data thanks to the human ability the human ability of analyzing those data.
La vera professione dell'analista e dello sviluppatore del futuro sarà
The
quella di
future
passare da
profession of
collazionatore,
analyst
aggregatore di informazioni,
and developer will be
interprete dei dati.
will go from collecting information to interpreting in a strategic way the data available.
Così come il valutatore del
And
futuro
the evaluator of the future
avrà la possibilità di
will have
utilizzare
the opportunity
l'attività di business analyst
to
per
use
leggere i
the
dati,
activity of business analyst to read the data, interpret the different scenarios,
costruire
and build
criteri decisionali. Se questo poi
decision-making criteria.
venisse fatto
And if this
4.000 volte al mese,
will be
perché
done
l'intelligenza
4,000
umana
times a
insieme a
month
quella
because human
data
intelligence together with
accelera il
data
periodo,
intelligence
questo è Electa.
accelerate the period. This is
Il
Electa.
nostro valutatore
Our
interpreta i dati
evaluator
basati sul nostro Big Data Analytics
interprets our data on the basis of our data analytics,
comprende se i capitali,
and
gli
it
investitori
understands
sono disposti in
if
quel momento
capital,
a
if
investire su quel
investors
prodotto
are willing to invest on that very product,
e comprende se
and
quel
he
prodotto è
understands
assorbito, passando
if
quindi
that product is absorbed.
da quello
In
che
this
abbiamo fatto
way,
fino a ieri,
we go from what we have done until yesterday,
cioè analizzare
that
il
is to
passato
say, analyzing the past,
rispetto a prevedere il futuro. Tutte
instead
frasi che avete
of
già sentito in
foreseeing
altri
the
speech.
future. You already heard these sentences in other speeches.
Oggi siamo passati
But today,
alla presentazione che vi faremo giovedì di Electa,
we
che
are
cambia
going to anticipate the presentation
paradigma
we will hold on Thursday. And in this case, the paradigm
da
changes
costruire, cercare di
from
vendere e
building,
vendere a
trying to sell
analizzare,
and sell, to
assorbire e
analyzing, absorbing and managing.
gestire. Quindi l'obiettivo non è più
So the goal
vendere immobili,
is no longer to
ma
sell
analizzare
real
quel
estate,
territorio,
but
quell'immobile
analyzing on that territory that
commercializzato,
if that building
acquistato e
can be
finanziato.
sold, purchased and financed,
Prima ancora che l'immobile esista,
even before the building exists.
perché siamo l'unica struttura
Because
in Europa
we are the
ad
only
avere una
structure
sala
in
olografica
Europe
in
to
scala
have
1:1
an
per mostrare ai
holographic
nostri
room
clienti l'immobile
in
prima che sia
one-to-one
realizzato.
scale, which allows us to show the potential customers how will be the building before the building itself is constructed.
Cosa facciamo
So what do we
prima di
do
andare in commercializzazione?
before commercializing a property? We analyze the product.
Cerchiamo di
We
comprendere se il
try
capitale è
to
attraibile per quel tipo di
understand
prodotto.
if this transaction
solo
is appealing for the capital, and
La capacità
only
di attrarre denaro.
afterwards
Andiamo sul prodotto,
we
andiamo a terra sul prodotto.
check the ability to attract money, and then we work on the product at that point.
Il prodotto che stiamo analizzando,
The product
che vorremmo
we are
vendere,
analyzing,
è quello
that
che
we
il mercato
would
sta
like to
cercando
sell, is the product that the market is looking for.
fino al 2 anni fa il
Until
cliente in quella zona
2
voleva i 100 metri
years
quadrati,
ago, a
oggi vuole
customer
ancora 100
in
metri
that
quadrati.
district wanted 100 square meter flat. Today, the customer still wants 100 square meter flat.
E poi ancora questo prodotto
Or this
stiamo
product
realizzando
we are
è
about
attraente
to
per la finanza?
construct, is it
Riusciamo
appealing
a creare capital
financially?
structure sulla struttura che
Can
stiamo
we
gestendo?
attract a capital structure on the building, on the structure we are managing?
Perché se non ho finanza, allora il progetto è un NPL.
If I have no money, no funds, then the project becomes an NPL.
E poi l'assorbimento di mercato.
And
Questo
then
prodotto,
market
chi lo
absorption.
comprerà?
Who
Quale
will
fascia
buy
di
this
reddito?
product?
Quale fascia di età?
Which kind
Saranno
of customer?
residenti
Which age?
o
Will be
saranno
resident
lavoratori che si spostano?
or will be commuters?
Oggi con i dati riusciamo a gestire
Today,
l'attività
thanks to the data, we
grazie
can
all'infrastruttura
manage
Electa,
this information thanks to the Electra infrastructure,
che è un sistema
which is a
integrato
system
che
integrated
ha obiettivo di non generare
whose
NPL,
goal is to
piuttosto
avoid
escludere il progetto
NPL
non realizzato.
generation, but it rather to exclude one project instead of realizing a project which is devoted to loss.
L'operatività prevede che i dati ci aiutino a prevedere,
Operations
stratificare,
is
fare
the
strategia
following.
operativa
The
anche
data
sulla
allow us
comunicazione,
to foresee, to make a strategy for marketing
con l'obiettivo che l'inizio della commercializzazione
with
sia
the intent
prima che il cantiere
to
esista, per
start
verificare se il
commercializing
mercato
and
attiene.
selling the property before the constructions starts in order to check the market.
Questa cosa cambia tutto.
This
perché
changes
passa
everything
dal speriamo
because
di vendere perché ieri ho venduto
we
questo al
go from
verifichiamo
let's
se
hope
domani
we will
compreranno
sell it
questo immobile
and to
e avremo la possibilità di evitare
an
l'NPL.
analysis which
Ma questa era la
can
prima
help us
presentazione.
to avoid NPL. This
Noi
is
siamo
the first
qui fuori,
presentation. We are
ma
outside,
giovedì
but
alle
on Thursday
11:30
at 11:30 a.m.
Electa in
we are
esclusiva,
going to
alla quale abbiamo dedicato in
present
Italia, per
Electa
quando vorrete venire a
in an
trovarci,
exclusive way.
un meeting FIABCI per
And
mostrarvi
there will
in
be a
scala
meeting
1:1
FIABCI.
la prima sala
We are
olografica
going
di
to show you
commercializzazione
the
europea.
first holographic
E siamo aperti
experience
anche a altri
room
paesi.
existing in Europe, and we're
Grazie.
also open to cooperate with all the other countries. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. What a passionate presentation. Thank you very much for your help as well. Give you the microphone. So, last but certainly not least, we have Mangini, another Reiki partner, represented today by Massimo Mangini. Here he is. Microphone is yours. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. I'm so thrilled. Sorry for my English, but I'm improving it. Okay, please help me if. Okay, Mangini is an industrial company and business company. It will be 70 years. I hope you can realize that I'm not the founder, of course. I'm a second generation, of course, and Today, I want to discuss with you about the hybrid building. What is hybrid building for us? Of course, for us, it means that we can provide buildings that can change destination, or inside you can change the layout, and then you can get a different solutions through this way. Okay, here you can see how the standard way to manufacture assumes some risks, because you have a lot of people on job sites. You have a lot of responsibilities. You don't know who is the responsible for the job site, also for the Gantt, for the timing. Then for us, with our solution, we have an industrial approach, because we have 4 production sites. We have in-house engineering, then we can provide also systems, wiring, treatment, air, HVAC solution, and also we can provide the full customized solution. Here you can find, it's an example of this project. Took 6 months for 4,300 square meters for an hospital, okay? And it means that you can have the fat side, 0 unexpected issues, because when you have no supply chain, you have just 1 people in charge of delivering your job, you have just 1 responsible for the job. In this case, you can see also our solution. We put in Syracuse. It is an hospital. You can imagine this hospital is in area, the most dangerous area in Italy for seismic, because we are specialized in seismic as well. Okay. And for this, we realized that this prefabricated solution. Also, we have 3 different solutions. 1 prefabricated, another one for modular. Modular is not permanent solution. Prefabricated is permanent. And also we have MyCubic solution, is our patented solution that can combine everything. Inside we use our technology. Our technology consists of production of steel frames, and we can cover this steel frame with the covering you want. Then for this, it means then you can change layout, and not only, also the destination of the environment. You can see we use also all this steel part, and also we can cover with what you want, steel, wood, veneered. Instead, of course, it depends on what we are building. And we are specialized in 4 our technical pillars: seismic, fire protection, acoustic, and environmental. And now we are very famous in the world for seismic, because we are the only one company that has the specific certification for non-structural elements for seismic. Okay, you can see here also some tests we did. You can imagine the first time we tested, everything collapsed. Then we improved our product a lot with the University of Naples, and we got a very interesting patents for this. This is just some data about the evolution of the market. After the COVID, in my opinion, but I hope I can share with you. The time, the value of time is different, because now we realize that time is money, not only time is life. Then for this reason, the prefabricated solution now is increasing a lot. Okay. Here you can see also just an example about the different layout we can change, because also we can change the destination, because we can remove the panels and we put the new panels, and you can change the environment. This is the secret of our product, okay? And also in this case, you can see the same environment, you can have a different way of life as well, okay? And also, of course, everything is recycled for us, and also because in this case, if you want to change something in the environment, you have destroyed with the traditional way to build. Okay, in this case, you can remove and also you can change the layout using the same materials. Then, of course, for us, it's important because you have no waste material, okay, and you can reuse the materials for a long time, okay? This is important. Of course, we want to protect the investment because the return on investment is safe because you have the time is sure, because the timing is the most important for our job site. And in this case, we can manage everything because we are the only one supplier on job site. And then, of course, we have no downtime, not waste time, and we can assure this. I don't know we put this picture, but it means that we can have the same volume outside, but inside you can have a different environment, and you can change everything inside, having the same aspect outside. Okay, I don't know if perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Please don't leave. Stay on stage because I would like to call our other three speakers to join us. I have one question per speaker, no time limit this time. So we're not in a rush. Mary Jo, and there's Mirko as well, and our interpreter. I'm just looking for the initial slide so that we can see, everyone can see your face. Bear with me, just 1 second. Wearing a lot of hats this morning. Okay, here we are. Perfect. So I will start with Immobiliare Insights. I will give you the microphone. And the question is, granular property level analytics are becoming increasingly available, but is the market truly ready to adopt them? And which regions or types of financial institutions are leading this transition?
Okay, the short answer is not entirely. The long answer is we are trying to educate a market, specifically the South European one, concentrating in Italy and Greece, because we're seeing that the attitude really changes according to the people we're talking to. So in Italy, we have some of the oldest banks in the world, and we really understood that data provisioning is not as easy as we thought it could be. They think that they're autonomous in retrieving data. They think that they don't really need new assets to be more precise with valuation. But we also saw that other players of the market, such as asset managers, property valuers, instead are much more prone into adopting new solutions. So we are trying again to educate the market on a whole level, considering all our target clients, of course. And we're confronting with other markets. We see the US, we see North Europe, and they're acting in a different way. We're trying to perceive that model and adopt it into the Italian market.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Universal Opportunity, Stellar MLS, you're up next. And the question is, if transparency is the foundation of institutional investment, why do so many growing real estate markets lack the shared data and infrastructure needed for informed real estate investment?
Well, that's a big mouthful. I think a lot of it, what we're seeing in the markets that are emerging, that are growing, we are seeing that in difference to what we see in the United States, there's no connectivity between the agents and the brokerages and the buyers and the sellers, and it's difficult for consumers to find a place to buy. And that's because of this disconnect when everyone is protective of their inventory and resistant to share versus what we experience in the United States, where every listing goes into a database, everyone shares it, everyone sees it, compensation is worked out between the parties, and the consumers have access to everything in one place. And I think that is a concept that's different, and it's a little bit causes some resistance in the markets that we're talking to, and it's a big change. But when things move and change that way, then when there's more transparency, when the data is clear, when people can price their properties appropriately, and when buyers can know that they're paying the right price because of the data backs that up, because everyone's sharing and coming together, it just improves the marketplace, and that's going to increase sales. So,
Thank you very much, Mary Jo. Up next, Electa. Mirko Frigerio, the microphone is yours. And the question, slightly easier to read. What is the vision behind Electa and the value it brings to clients?
Electa is born as a structure which does not exist because thanks to the data and human intelligence to foresee capital absorption, the timing, the absorption of the real estate. We talk about new constructions. So the objective is to avoid generating NPL. The traditional approach in the real estate market is the following. The developer brings me the transaction and asks me to sell it. Electa's approach is I will check every transaction on the territory. I check if they produce a margin, they produce a return on investment. I check if the product is absorbed by the market using big data, and Immobiliare Insight is our partner. We check if capital want to invest on this product, and when the process is achieved, is completed, we start selling, reducing sale time of about 65%, because we have available the first multimodal experience room in a scale 1-to-1 in order to show the apartment, the flat, the property to our customer even before building it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Massimo Mangini. Last but certainly not least, as I always say, which are the main advantages in implementation of modular solutions in construction?
Big question. Time is life, time is money. Then we can save time, and then for me, it's important issue. The second one is safe, because when you can install the product you have tested in labs, okay, and then in this case you can assure the performances. This is the most important topic, because when you install what you tested, you can assure this performance for seismic mainly, but also for the other topics. And also you can make standard the quality of the product, because in this case you prefab in the factory, and then you can assure the quality everywhere and for a long time.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you all for your participation, for your support as Reiki partners. You've been wonderful. Please return to your seats and stick around, because we have another session coming up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Just changing the slide to present. Any slides. Here we are. Okay. Just 1 second, making sure that everything is working over here. Yes. Okay, so we're now moving on to another session. As you see on the screen, Ambassadori Island Batumi, they're, as I mentioned before, our platinum partner this year. Give them a round of applause, everyone, please. So just a little bit of background before I invite the CEO on stage. Ambassadori Island Batumi is a large-scale ongoing real estate and coastal development project on the shores of the Black Sea in Batumi, beautiful Georgia. Widely considered to be one of the most ambitious developments in the region, but don't take my word for it, take it from the CEO himself, Gotcha Kamkia, who is going to come on stage and present this amazing project by himself. So, Mr. Kamkia, this is for you, and this is also the pointer. We have prepared a video. If our technician could please, let me see. Okay. Perfect. I've just started.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining this session and give me opportunity to share my ideas concerning our the global project. It's truly emotional for me because just 2 years ago, when I look into the horizon, there was only the empty sea, but now we are developing the really large scale and the world-class investment project in our Black Sea region. So it's can anybody help me, please? Push here, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Every way the data, so now let's give the place to the passion as well. Okay, let's move to our presentation in detail. We are Ambassadori Island Batumi, the member of the large-scale group in Georgia of the Ambassadori Group, and we are doing the first artificial island in the Black Sea region. We believe that the large-scale projects to execute it needs the strong culture and history of the company. And we are proud that we created such history and culture in our region. And we have more than 20 years to do the most of luxury projects in Georgia. And we started either from the Ambassadori Hotel in 2004. Then we did the project, the Ambassadori Kajarati Golf Resort, and we are pioneers who brought the golf culture in Georgia. And also we have the Hotel Ambassadori Goderzi in the ski resorts and Keburia Winery and As you know, the Georgia is a homeland of the wine, and for us it's very important to follow our identity and also to be in this business and cover all the stage. And also we are also targeted to the Ambassadori Academy, which is the educational system. And for us also it's very beneficial and very oriental thing to be standing in the educational things. So this is Ambassadori Hotel, and we are very proud that it's located in the city center, and the number says itself that it's a 5-star hotel, and the booking evaluates it as 8 and 9 points. And this is our golf club, which we created in winery and Kakheti region, and this is one of the famous resorts in now, and booking is 9 and 0. And last, our proudness is a 5-star hotel in the winter resort, and also here the booking is very high, 9 and 3 evaluation. What about the Ambassadori Island? Why we took this decision to invest in that market, which is very, I would say, outstanding and challengeable? Because Georgia itself has a record numbers of the growth. In 2004, you cannot imagine, our GDP growth was 4.9 per year. And in 2025, Georgia visited around 5.4 million visitors around the world. And today, the Batumi and Ajara region here is the record invested, targeted from the international companies. One of the Abu Dhabi company based in, announced it that soon will be targeted in investment project 6 billion USD. So it means that Batumi becomes more and more internationally interesting for the international investors. And what is also the main reason for starting that project is that we have Collier's research from the London office that Batumi population within 10 years will increase in more than 100,000 people population, which needs the settlement. So we have to create for them the welcoming environment and high class accommodations. Georgia itself is very safety and one of the safety countries in the Europe, and we have one of the the flexible taxation system, and itself the project is very highly protected by the government and encouraged to recreate such systems. So we also work on that foreigners have the high constitutional guarantee of the property rights. And what we made the system here is that the seabed, which we got on the lease initially, the land which we are creating later on, it doesn't remain as a lease. We give it to investors as the property of the 100%. So here to invest in our place, you are guaranteed that you are taking the property rights and you are defended, the constitutionally. Here we came with incredible results. As I told you, just 2 years ago, we announced that project, and within 2 years, we conducted 14 international and local studies. In this period of time, we adopted the master plan, we issued permission, and also we created 48 hectares of the lands, which is commissioned at the moment, which is really incredible results. And why we did that we divided this project into phases, because we didn't want it to see the empty land when it will be constructed. At the same time, we wanted the economy work it here, and the step by step, the see in the end of the project, also develop it project separately about the land. And why we move so fast and why we are doing the right things effectively. That from the beginning of the project, we choose only the global players around the world. First, we contracted the Yüksel project, which has experience to commission 2 artificial islands in the Black Sea region, and now it works in the Turkey. So it means that this project will work in a long-standing perspective, and this project has analogies in the Black Sea region. So here, no any question about safety things. Second, we are proud that we work with the Arup Global, who created for us the master plan of the project, and also we are the first company who are making in Black Sea region smart city concept. Why we are doing that? Because after 25 or 30 years, we want that our island still remain that it is modern and it's targeted for the modern people, right? And our project also, with that I want to clarify, they're absolutely data-driven, because we contracted before executing the project, the Colliers, Tbilisi and London offices. So before investing in the project, we had the very high level finances with us. And our proudness also with the Shop Architect. This is a New York-based company who designs the Ubers, Facebook, YouTube, so other famous companies, the headquarters, and Americans can be proud of that company because they designed also the thinnest tower in the world in the New York City. It's called the Steinway Tower. So we wanted that this really amazing company brought their culture to our island and see in the front what will happen in the world and integrate all these systems. And so in the middle, the Shop Architect's iconic building will shine, how to say, our project, and this is really remarkable thing. As I share it with you, our company is the first who integrates the smart city concept, but also we are targeted on the blue and green zones. 48 hectares of the island is dedicated to the parks and public spaces. 9 hectares is a central park, and 8 kilometers just you can walk, run, and how to say, keep the safety and health life. What is our idea and the strategy? That we want the business enjoying 365 days of the traffic. It means that we don't want to, how to say, in the last see empty buildings where it's purely for the investment purposes. We want that this island remain alive whole the year. That's why we are targeting now to construct the 120 square meters the shopping mall, event hall. We will be also located the yacht club, casino, and the new SBD of the Batumi, where here have to be the business activities. Here briefly is the functional zoning, which will be on the island. It's a sea, sun, and nature where you can just walk, also foodscape and entertainment. And here we are a very strong company because we own around the 6 high-class restaurants in Georgia, Paris, and London. So we have the high experience to manage such business. And we want to do here the wellness and sport, event attractions, and yachting, as I said, the shopping mall, and what's the main thing also, the businesses. What incredible results we have also from the economic field here that, as we started everything in the right way and we invited the bright brains around the world to stand with us, we have incredible results in business activities as well. Within 2 years, we attracted $1+ billion investment, which includes that we are proud that on our island now invest the Tonino Lamborghini. Many Italians I saw here, and how to say it was very nice to hear that voices. Also the IG Development, who constructs at the same time the biggest shopping mall in Georgia, and it will take 120,000 square meters. Also, White Cells made the statement that they will invest there the 256 million USD. So why it happens, right? It's a GDP. It's in the right way. How to say concept is done, but thing is more deep why we are succeeding here, because from my perspective, I graduated from Chicago College of Law, and I'm how to say, the practicing lawyer I was, and I was executing all the due diligences of the international investments. So initially I knew what kind of questions they asked before conducting international transactions and make foreign direct investments. So we made ready integrated business markets. And what does it mean? That we are not just a land seller company, because we know that the investor always has a heritage when it invests in the other countries. Why? Political tensions, government administration changes, regulation changes. That's why we transformed our company and decided to be the business friendly and at the same time the partner of the foreign direct investment maker companies. It means that we are bringing the land, we are bringing the architectural drawings, we are bringing the business plan, and we are assuring as well the taking of the construction permission. Later on, the investor decides it will remain with our partnership, or they will continue their way by itself. So it's really flexible in the very short period of time to make hundreds of million amounts of decisions to take such place. And as I here what we are targeted, and we brought on the international market, that we have the really very high targeted IRRs. It's a 60% in, how to say, the what you can gain from the projects. And the investment entry in Georgia, in our market, is just 26 million, where you can make the statement that such amount of money I can invest. And later on, our finances, lawyers, the architects, whole the company works on that business plan that your idea have to be executed. So here we have really smart system what brings very short decision making to the execution process. And we work on that we are making also the shuttles. 40% investor can make in the beginning, and 60% we are giving a 2-year payment plan. That is what I wanted to tell you about our project on Ambassadori Island. This is really global project which will be in the world-class news. We are targeting now with a Newsweek, which will make in the United States very, how to say, high commercial of this project. So we have also the stone standing in the GCC countries, in the Poland and Eastern European side, and we are very glad to be in France and share our ideas to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kemke. I would like to now open the floor to some questions, if that's all right. For this, I would just kindly ask for another microphone. Okay, do we have any questions, any feedback about this amazing project? Okay, Katerina, bear with me.
Thank you very much for this great presentation, a very nice project. I've been following this project. My name is Katarina, I'm from Ukraine, but I represent the Lithuanian producer of the bio-based materials for the construction. And my question is, which materials for construction of the buildings are supposed to be used? Are you going to follow the ESGs in your projects? Are you going to input some rules on the developers or architects who are going to build within this area to follow the standards of Green Deal of the European Union, as I know that Georgia is going to EU, and how you are going to deal with this? What is the level of the requirement on in your country of the legislation, and are you going to input it from your side to follow these rules to all the stakeholders? Thank you.
Thank you very much for this amazing question. And this is really the thing what we are working on. In these large-scale projects always has some challenges. It means that when you are bringing and inviting the large capital, the capital always has its ambitions and say that I want to decide in my way what will be on that building, right? So if I have to invest 300 million USD in this land, let me decide what I will do later on. But we want to initially protect this territory from such ambitions, and everything, I would say, relies in a systematic way. That's why we contracted the ARUP for beginning of the project and the shop architects, and both company with the collaboration, they are doing now the facade codes and facade concept systems, which will be under regulation of the EU, as you mentioned. And in such way, we give not only opportunities to international investors, also we are giving the frames where they have to execute such project, and it have to be the environmentally friendly, and the facade systems, of course, and materials here plays the essential role.
Any follow-up question? No? Okay, do we have any other questions from the audience? No? Okay, so I guess on behalf of Ambassadori Aylan Batumi and his amazing and CEO, Mr. Kamkia, amazing team, I would like to invite everyone to join us for the networking reception that will take place now in the back over there, overlooking the amazing view we have of Cannes, and where you also have the opportunity to taste amazing Georgian wines from the Kaburia winery that belongs, if I'm not mistaken, to the Ambassadori Island group as well. So thank you so much once again, Mr. Kamkia.
Thank you very much.
So yes, please join us. Just a quick note for all of those who have signed up through the platform for the B2B matchmaking. It would take place at 1:30 p.m. So meet us back here at that time for the B2B matchmaking sessions. Thank you very much.
随着城市空间的重组、产业的转型，高雄正在写下城市革新不断向前的轨迹。这场活动对高雄而言特别具有意义。高雄跟国际接轨，也让世界看见高雄的美丽。谢谢。